What is up, everybody? This is Erik, the one and only Bear Collector, and today I will be doing my September 2025 video game haul. Now, this month I didn't get a lot of physical games. I got a couple of Steam games and downloads because some of them were going for free. They were on sale, but then I found out that they were 100% off, so they were free. And I got a couple little knickknacks, but other than that, this wasn't a very big haul to say. But anyways, let's get started as I already have my Steam already up in here and show you guys the games that I just purchased. First one that I got was RZ, the Jewel of Faramore. Now this one is one of those games that is a spiritual successor to those Legend of Zelda games that came out in the Panasonic, I forgot that console, but it was by Panasonic, which were like the CD-ROM games, and they were like considered to be weirdly awful, very like the animation was bad, but this is a spiritual successor, and this is one of those games that I've been wanting to get for a really long time. A physical copy can run for a lot of money because it's a limited run game that came out physically, but the digital copy went on sale for really cheap on Steam. So basically, this is a 2D side scrolling platformer style, like Zelda 2 style game. And you play as Arazet, who explores the kingdom of Faramore to discover secrets and colorful characters and defeat the evil. What is it? The evil Delmore? Yeah, Daimor or Delmore. I can't read. But basically, it's one of those 2D side scrolling action games, very similar to Zelda 2. And this one, it was one that I've been wanting to get for a really long time. Next one, this is one that was free actually, that became 100% free. Let's take a look and see what this is about. It's a short game telling about the hero. So what I heard, that this game wasn't really good, but it was free anyways. Basically, it's like you only get a couple, like 6 sentences, because you play a hero who passes away and goes to the afterlife, basically. So it's pretty much like a text game. So, but it was going for free, so I ended up getting it. The next one right here. Now this one ended up going for free. Now I own this one on the Switch as a Switch download, and this is Siberian, the time traveling warrior. This is a 2D action platformer, and you basically it's like a 2D side scrolling platformer, but I forgot what the story was. I beat it already. So there you go, as you guys can see gameplay. I should show you gameplay of the other ones, huh? So basically, if you go further down, it tells you more about the game. So I believe that you kind of go in time to defeat some evil being. I forgot what it was. This is a game that I played a long time ago. Pretty short but fun game. So that one's that. Let me show you the other ones. Let me see. Just to give you an idea, let me go so I can show you guys these. I should just take you to the store page. So see, this is basically like a text written game away, but this one, RZ, is the one that's to me, this is one of my highlights that I got. So yeah, if you guys want to see the movie. So it's one of those games. It kind of just gives you, very Zelda-like Adventures of Link. But then also, I believe that this could be like a Metroidvania too. So yeah. Yep. So it has that style of graphics. Let's move on and let's go to Dead in Bermuda. Okay, this game is basically a survival game with RPG elements. Lead a team of 8 survivors from a plane crash. So you're trying to survive in an island after your plane crashes, and I believe that each character has different abilities. So yeah, yep. So there goes the game. So you get like a couple of survivors that land in the island, and you guys have to go through and do resources. And I believe that this one you have to get along with certain teams. Like you get along with certain people, and you gain more of their trust. So yeah, so that's basically that one. And that one was actually free. Yeah, it was 100% free. So it went free this month on Steam. This other one right here, the D. This is another one that was, I believe, free. Yes, it was also free. So let me go to game info. So it's basically like a dark twist in the traditional murder. So it's a murder mystery adventure RPG game, and you go around and collect clues. I remember this one. So you go around and collect clues. So yeah, to show you guys. So it's more like a Zelda style adventure, 2D. Yeah. So you play as Aaron Bruce, the rightful heir to Dunshell House. So he returns home to settle a score with his estranged family. So yeah, I guess you have to go around to find out what's going on. There it goes. So it's kind of like a adventure, kind of RPG style. Actually, I said Zelda. It reminds me more kind of like Dragon Warrior style, or yeah. The next one is Moonlight Traveler. Now this is another one that I purchased, but they say this one is like a Metroidvania. But as you can see, you kind of like wake up and you get out of an abyss to discover what happened to you and right your wrongs. But a lot of people are saying that this game is not really cool. I got it on sale. It's kind of like a side-scrolling platformer or hack and slash action game, as you can see. But they describe it as a Metroidvania, but some people say it's not really a Metroidvania. So yeah, I mean it looks cool to me, but people weren't giving it a high score. So there's that one. Now this one, Postal. I have part 1 and I bought the sequel Postal 2. This one I believe I want to say this one came out in the PS2. And you're basically you're trying to do some chores, but along the way you get sidetracked and you start doing a bunch of other things. Yes, view page. So it's a very gory game. And I believe this is the first one because of part 1 was an overhead kind of like shooter. This one is more of a 3D kind of like the style of Grand Theft Auto GTA. So you got certain tasks that you got to do, and you go around and and do things and run errands and stuff, as also being a Postal. So it gets really it gets a little crazy. So yeah, that's that one. Next one right here is, this is another one that went free, Puzzle Chambers. So this is basically gosh, this one, it's kind of like you go into a bunch of rooms and you play certain puzzles in each room. So there it is, kind of like an overhead, but it's kind of like an adventure puzzle room place. So you have to find let me see right here, it gives you more of a description. So everybody has supernatural abilities. It's not a safe place, and your hosts are either alters, monsters from another dimension, or seriously messed up. So you're trying to get away from these rooms and survive. So yeah. So it's kind of like a crazy puzzle action game. Yeah, and it went free. Let's see. Now this one right here, The Search for Fran. This one right here, it was a game that I saw that my son was watching one day in YouTube, and it's basically kind of like you have to go searching for someone named Fran. and you go on quests, and you go to challenges. Very Grand Theft Auto style as well. And it was a game that people did overlooked, or people weren't really looking at. So you have to look for someone named Fran, and it's a yeah, kind of like a adventure game, and you go on to quests and everything to search for Fran. Yeah. So it's one of those games that people kind of overlook, like kind of like an obscure Steam game. So yeah, and it looked interesting when my son showed it to me on YouTube. So it was one of those games, See how it goes. Next one. Let's see. This one. Teslagrad 2. Oh, okay, this is the sequel to Teslagrad. A very fun Metroidvania that came out many years ago. I didn't know there was a sequel to it. So you're basically a Tesla mancer. So you get certain powers that in Teslagrad you would get certain powers that allow you to progress through the areas, and it was a heavily Metroidvania style game. And this one is a sequel to it. So now you play a different character. You play a young girl. So yeah, so her airship crash lands in Wilhelm, a remote and treacherous land to the north. So you have to get out of the area and investigate the area. So yeah, this is a game I never knew that existed until very recently. And I really enjoyed Teslagrad, but Teslagrad was a pretty tough game. So I'm looking forward to this one. Yep, from the makers of Teslagrad. Well, yeah, if it's part 2. So yeah. Well, this one looks more linear though. I don't know. Oh, and it's another tower. Yeah, it's another tower. So basically, you have the powers of polarity of positive and negative, like in the magnet. So that's the style of this game. Certain powers allow you to go into certain places. So yeah, that's what Teslagrad was about, and this one looks very similar to that too. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Let's see the next one. Oops, in the wrong button. Now the next game, and then the final game, this one right here, this one was free. What's it called? Walking. Oh no, I don't want to install it. Let me look right here. This one is called Walking Survival. The darkness is closing in and monstrous creatures are coming for you. Harness the power of magic and develop unique abilities and obtain waves and obliterate waves of enemies before they obliterate you. So this one's basically kind of like an overhead shooter style game. Yeah. And this one was free. It actually went free as well. So it was on sale and it just went for free. And yeah, so you basically go around killing enemies. A nice little game for free. See how it goes. So anyways, guys, these were my purchases on Steam for the month of September 2025. Let me put away this to the side because we're going to make room right here. I still need to charge it, so I'm going to leave it charging back here. So yes, those were the games of the month for Steam. Now comes the physical games. I got a couple. Most of them I got when I visited my local thrift store. And yes, I got some really cool games on my thrift store, but more on that in a minute. The first game that we got, this is actually for my daughter. This one we had ordered a long time ago, but she just received it. And it's Hello Kitty Island Adventure for the Switch. We got it for her. This is very similar to oh my goodness, my son was just trying to get that game. Animal Crossing. God, I couldn't remember the name. So it's very similar to Animal Crossing, but with Hello Kitty characters. And you go visit an island where you try to make friends, try to build it, and, get resources to build a cool island. That one looks very interesting, and everybody was very hyped about this one at home. But it's my daughter, but I just want to show it off. The next one, so these are the games that I got at my local thrift store. And one of the first ones that I got, and I had seen this one before, but I let it go, and they were going for a very good deal. So I did not pay what the sticker says right here. So the first one I got was for the PSP Tiger Woods PGA Tour 09. And it's basically the whole game complete. Yes, I will not pay that much for this game. So you know this went on sale. It's basically a golf game for the PSP. Whenever I see PSP games, I try to get them because before they were all over the place. Now it's rare. I can never see a lot of PSP games out there anymore. So yeah, that's one. Next one is a game I've been trying to get for a really long time. And most of these are going to be for the Xbox One. And the first one I got is Sea of Thieves for the Xbox One. This is basically like a pirate exploration game, adventure game. And this one I've been looking for forever. So I'm glad to get this one. I'm very hyped up about this one. So yes, one game for the collection. This one is actually, I never knew it was brand new, but it is. And that is Lego Harry Potter collection. And it includes both all of the Harry Potter games, the Lego Harry Potter games in one. So all the years. And I know I have the one for the Switch. I think I have years 1 through 4. But then this one is, and then years 5 through 7. But it's brand new. Wasn't open. So when they sold it to me, I was like, oh, it's brand new. And I was like, I never knew that. So yeah, looking forward for that one. The next one is Rainbow Six Siege for the Xbox One. So it's basically a first-person shooter in the world of Rainbow Six. I don't really have that many games of Rainbow Six, so I'm pretty happy to get this one and give it a shot. This other one is another game I've been trying to look for forever. However, when I got home and I discovered, I didn't realize what this one was. And this is Stardew Valley, but this is the collector's edition. However, I don't have the instructions nor the map. But this one includes the soundtrack, I believe. Yeah, it has the second CD. So it has the soundtrack CD. I'm trying to focus here. Yes, so I don't have the map and the guidebook, but I have the soundtrack. But I'm looking forward to this one because this is so Stardew Valley is one of those kind of similar. I want to say similar to, my God, I'm drawing so many blanks today. Ooh, my goodness. It's a very popular game that was on the Super Nintendo, which is a farming simulation game. My goodness. Anyways, it's very similar to that. And I've been wanting to play it. My God, I draw a blank. If I remember, I'll put it in the description below or I'll put it on the video down below. Next one is Far Cry 5. I never played the Far Cry games, and these are first-person shooter adventure games. So this one says take back your town. So I guess you have to take over your town, you know, from the Doomsday Cult. So it looks very Grand Theft Auto-ish. I've heard of this series. It's very popular, but I've never played it. And it does come with everything. So yeah. And then I got another Far Cry game. New Dawn. This one, what is this one about now? 17 years after a nuclear doomsday fight for survival in a post-apocalyptic land. So this one, I don't know if this is, I don't know how the series goes because I think that Far Cry, maybe this one's after this one. I'm not familiar with Far Cry. I know there's a bunch of games. So yeah, so looking forward for this one too. It looks fun. Especially, I love post-apocalyptic games. Kind of like Mad Max style. And then I got one for the Xbox 360. Crysis 2 Limited Edition. Came complete with the manual. This is another shooter. I never heard of Crysis. Maybe I did, but this is basically... It kind of reminds me a lot of those games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Kind of like Rainbow Six. So yeah. And then finally, now here's the story between this one. So the next game is a game I've been looking for a really long time. It's kind of becoming a game expensive to own. But I got 2 copies, and that game is Wet for the PS3. So why did I get 2 copies? So first of all, Wet is a PS3 game that's a 3D shooter. You play as a bounty hunter who has been done wrong, and so she's trying to get revenge on the people who double crossed her, and as well as trying to right her wrongs. Now this game is a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time, and it's very similar to kind of like they give it a mixed review when it came out because they loved the game mechanics of the game, but they didn't like the level designs and everything. They say that it's very similar to kind of like when you're playing one of those movies that go in like you're trying to like dodge the bullets in slow motion style like that. And I've seen gameplay and it looks pretty fun. But the reason why I got 2 games, well, the first one, I bought it about a month ago, over a month ago. And I didn't realize when I purchased it that I purchased it from Canada. So nowadays, when it comes to shipping things that are out of the country, I guess they made it really difficult, or the tariffs and everything that you pay when you buy something out of the country to make it to the US gets really hectic. So anyways, I bought the game and I saw that I was gonna pay shipping. However, when I received the game, when they shipped the game, I noticed that it said untracked. So I was like, what? I paid shipping for that, and they said untracked. But lo and behold, it became a month after I bought the game, because I bought it for a really good price. Then I contacted the person that sold it to me and said, hey, listen, it's been over a month and I still haven't received it. So they told me wait a little bit longer, and if it doesn't come back, I'll refund you the money. So I waited a little longer, and I told them, hey, it hasn't come back. They refund me the money. It's fine. So during that weekend that I got the money back, I kind of really wanted the game because I saw another one that was going for really cheap, and I got it. And this was within here in the US, and I bought it and I got it. However, when I noticed after a few days that I got it, this game had already shipped. I all of a sudden received this by the mail, and I'm like, crap, I'm like, man. So I let the person know. I said, listen, I know you're refunding me the money. What do you want me to do? So they said, you know what, it's going to be too much of a hassle to refund it. Just, give me a good review. Sorry that first they apologized for taking so long. And I feel really bad. And I said, what do you want me to do? And they're like, it's okay. So I kept it. However, I bought this when I couldn't return it. So I'm stuck with 2 copies. And yes, this is unfortunate, but kudos to the person that sold me this copy. They were very polite, very good sellers. And when it comes to selling, because my girlfriend also sells items, as a seller, we understand how it goes. We tried to return it, but they told us not to because it was going to be too much of a hassle. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, I have 2 copies. So I'll see what I'll do with the second copy. My son kind of got interested in it and he wanted it, but I'm like, dude, it's an M rating. I can't give it to you. He has his own PlayStation 3. So maybe I'll give it to him when he gets older. I'll save it. But not now. When it comes to games, I'm very strict when it comes to rating. My son's a little older now. He can handle more of certain things, but I still am very careful with that. Now, those are the games for the month of September. Now, on to the little tidbits. The first little tidbit that I got, you guys are going to crack up and you guys are going to be like, oh my God. Well, first thing is this. I got an authentic La Boo Boo. And how did I receive a La Boo Boo? If you guys want to know how I received the La Boo Boo, you guys can see my daughter's. You guys can go to my daughter's channel, Lexi's Toy Box Review. We gave an in-depth tale of what happened to the La Boo Boos this summer. Is this little guy? I think it's Happiness. Let me see the card. Is it Happiness? Yeah, it's all Happiness. Well, yeah, the story is very interesting. This was like our little summer adventure with La Boo Boos. We gave a detailed description of what happened in her channel. You guys can check it out. That video came out not long ago. But at any rate, one of the things that I bought it, I kind of didn't want it, but then my family insisted because we had extra ones. So I kept it, and I got this Jason mask, and I thought it looked so cool on it. But I'm probably going to show it off in the future. I know I don't have my displays, but it's probably going to make my display thing. It looks creepy as hell, but it looks cool. So I'm going to display this one eventually with the rest of my stuff that I put out. One of the things that these remind me of so much, they remind me of Treasure Troll dolls, and you guys know how much I love Treasure Troll dolls. So this is my kids' generation of a Treasure Troll. So yeah, can't say anything bad about that. I'll show the box, even though I don't want to show the code because it has too many scans of that code makes it obsolete. Then the next thing I bought, and I got it for super cheap at DD's, is an AEW Cody Rhodes figure. I believe I have a different figure, but this was one of the first ones that came out. Yeah, I think so. No, this is Series 4. I thought it was the first one because they have CM Punk and Jade Cargill and Chris Jericho. I thought this was one of the first series that came out when AEW released the toys, but this has to be the final series before Cody Rhodes jumped ship and went to WWE again. So this is really cool because this reminds me of the Cody Rhodes of right now. I'll put it back there so you guys can see Cody Rhodes. And then finally, I bought it. My girlfriend had bought one of these. If you see her channel, she ordered some of these, and to me, this is an anime that I'm really into right now. Well, my whole family right now is watching it, and that's Cardcaptor Sakura, and these are the cards, the cloud, the cloud cards, and all of that. So this is really cool. I'm really into this anime. It's really, I really like it, believe it or not. And then I also got because I didn't want to spend too much money, I got, if you guys can see this, these are all Temu items right here. Let me see if I can get this out. It's actually a keychain, but it's the keychain of the scepter that Sakura be handling. I don't know what this is. I forgot. Haven't seen the anime out in a couple of weeks now. But this is like the scepter that she handles, that she gets. So this is what I got. Definitely will be displaying these because I have some PS1 games, Japanese ones that are really cool that I want to play, and maybe I can show those off when I do future videos on it. But anyways, this has been my September 2025 video game haul and item haul. Oh, there's one more thing that I got. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry guys, I'm back again. So 2 things I also forgot, and this is something I had forgotten, but I'm glad I remembered. Also at my local video game shop, at my local thrift store, I grabbed 2 things that I was really curious about. Here's another one. Let me go grab it right now. This one. I know, sorry for the noise. I should have grabbed these earlier before I started the video, but I grabbed 2 consoles. And the first console that I grabbed, because they were going on sale for super cheap, it is an Xbox 360. Now, for those of you that have been looking at my haul videos for quite some time, you guys can tell that I've bought several Xbox 360s throughout my time. So I bought this is my 3rd Xbox 360. My first one worked, that I bought many years ago, but for some reason or another, it ended up busting out. I don't know why, I just didn't have power. Then a few months ago, I bought another one, and that one had like the red ring of death. And then this time when I went to the thrift store, I saw this Xbox 360, but then my son said, "Get it, Dad. It's going for super cheap," because it was going madly cheap. I bought it so cheap. But third tries a charm, and it worked. And it worked perfectly fine. Didn't give me any issues. So this one's working. After having two Xbox 360s that were on the fritz for many years, I've been wanting to play so many Xbox 360 games. It finally worked, and it worked really good. So I'm glad that I got it and finally got an Xbox 360 that actually worked. But this is interesting because the other ones had a different cover. This one has the shiny glossy cover. It worked. And then the next thing that I bought was a PlayStation 3 Fat. And I got it for super cheap. I did not pay that price whatsoever. The problem was that I was so excited to see a PlayStation 3 Fat that I didn't realize it's the worst model you can get. The one without that cannot play PlayStation 2 games. So I got a fat PS3, and the funny thing was that there was a PS3 Slim, but I went with this model thinking it's the one that played the PS2 games. However, I never thought about looking to see the memory card slots down at the bottom. And when I took it home and I saw the model, I was so disappointed because I bought it, and if I would have known that that was it, I would have never grabbed it. However, I will be modding it, and I'm gonna try to see if I can mod it, play either expand the hard drive. I have a bigger hard drive that I can expand it for, so I might do that. And maybe I can take this one to my parents' house and just keep that one there. It's already modded so I can play when I'm there. But yeah, but it was going for super. I did not pay that. I paid very little for it. So I paid much less for that one. So yeah. Guys, this is my haul for 2025 September. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Please see the description down below for the links to my family's channel, Lily a Simple Mom, Lexi from Lexi's Toy Box Review, and that infamous Logan from Logan's Toy Box Review. Their links will be down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys take care. Peace out.